How's it on YouTube? Peter here, your Ginger Geordie Geek. Welcome back to the channel for this impromptu live show. Didn't have this planned, but my wife is out for the day, so I thought I might as well get on screen and show you some of the goodies that I got over Christmas. Also going to be talking a little bit about what I've watched over Christmas, what I've been reading over Christmas, and there's going to be a bit of a giveaway for you guys who are watching. So make sure you keep an eye on the hashtag, and we'll let you know halfway through the show what that's going to be. First things first, though. Happy Christmas. I hope everybody has had a decent, peaceful Christmas period. Hopefully you've had some time off, you've eaten well, and your families have all been good to you. So I really do hope you've had a good Christmas period and are ready for the new year. One of the other things I want to touch about on this, like I say, impromptu live, is that there's going to be a few changes to the channel over the next year. So we'll talk a little bit about that as we go through as well. But as I said, basics for today is I'm bored, so I thought I would show off some presents that I've gotten, talk a little bit about what TV I've been watching, what I've been reading. Interested to know what you guys have been watching over the Christmas period and what you've been reading, what you got for Christmas. And so please do make sure you stick all that in the chat, and then we'll touch on changes to the channel. And also, like I say, give away some comic books. So just quickly, who forgot in the chat, we have got good old Terry. Nice to see you, Terry. I hope you are well. I hope your missus is well. So I hope things are ticking along nicely for you, bud. We've got Fuzzy of the Dunlop. Ho, ho, how we doing? I like that. Yeah, for baby Jesus. Yep. Yeah, baby Jesus and all that stuff. Nice to see you, Fuzzy. Hope you've had a good one. We've got Jack. Even hope you had a nice Christmas. I certainly did, Jack. I'm going to be honest, guys. One of the reasons I do have a bit of spare time is because my wife's out, because my father-in-law is in hospital. So we've had a busy Christmas, I have to say. But hopefully things will be calming down as we enter the new year. We've got Luke from Journey to Thunder. Nice to see you. Good afternoon, and hope everyone had a lovely Christmas. Cheers, bud. Really enjoyed your video on your Christmas gifts, which I think you put out on Christmas Day, Luke. So fair play to you. Some good stuff. Really enjoyed that, mate. And we've got Ed, Vic. Merry Christmas, Peter, and to all the chat. Nice to see you too, Ed. I hope you had a good one. Okay, guys. Like I say, I'm not going to keep you long. Hopefully just half an hour or so. We'll rattle through a fair bit of stuff, but I'm interested in your take on things as well. So please do make sure you're keeping those comments going and telling me all about the stuff you've been reading and watching. We've got Oz AC. Nice to see you, bud. Hope you are well. Hope you've had a good one. I hope you've enjoyed your Christmas period. Okay, let's crack right on. Oh, I've gone. Where have I gone? Let's crack right on. See, it's that long since I've done it. I'm ballsing it up straight away. I cannot cope without my usual. There we are. Cannot cope without my usual colleagues on screen. Okay, so bit of a roundup and a bit of a giveaway. So let's start off with what have I been reading recently. I put this on Instagram. I'm interested to know your thoughts. I know I'm well behind the curve on this. I know this book has been out for a long time. This is Batman, The Three Jokers by, I think, Jeff Jones. I think Jeff Jones wrote it. I feel like I didn't go into this book prepared, or I misunderstood the brief, shall we say. I thought this was in continuity, following on from Doomsday Clock and all that stuff, and we're going to touch on that in a bit, where I think Batman sat on the Mobius chair and discovered that there was three Jokers. And then I read this, and it makes no freaking sense. And then I've subsequently found that it's not in continuity. It's not actually part of the bigger DCU. It's part of the Black Label line. Yeah, artwork was nice. Really enjoyed the artwork. But I have to say, I kind of got to the end of it, and I thought, I don't really understand what the point of this was. I don't understand. If it's not in continuity, what was the aim of the book? I don't know. Let us know in the comments. A few of you have messaged us on Instagram to say your thoughts on it, but let us know what you thought. I will say I thought the artwork was really nice. I will say if I was reading it and I'd got into reading it thinking it was a Black Label book, it probably would have been a more satisfying read. Because as it was, I was kind of like trying to figure out how the hell this fixed and fitted in to what was going on in the DC. I don't know, guys. I'm trying to big it up a little bit. I felt a bit cheated by the time I'd read it, and it didn't make a lot of sense to me. Maybe that's just me because I'm thick. I'm not sure. Jack is saying he enjoyed it, something different. It certainly was something different. Like I say, can't take away from the artwork. I thought the artwork was pretty down spectacular. Deadman, I don't know what the fuss was about. How to sell 27 covers. Yeah, I'm glad, Terry, I didn't buy this at the time. And I'm glad I didn't get caught up because, I have got a bit of a problem when it comes to, variant covers and stuff like that. I'm glad I didn't buy a ton of books for this. Yeah. Fuzzy, bang average story, decent covers, never been tempted to revisit it. Says it all, really. Yeah. I'll not read this again, I don't think, Fuzzy. I think you're right. And we've got Chris. Nice to see you, Chris. Hope you had a good Christmas. Crap, innit? Yeah. Yeah. Like I say, I think I went into it with a misconception. I went into it thinking this was in DC continuity. It was part of the wider narrative. Because I'm sure the kind of the Morbius chair thing where he sits in it and says, oh, I know Joker's name, and there's 3 of them in Doomsday Clock or whatever. I was sure that was in continuity. So have they just, those of you that read a lot of DC books, have they ignored this particular tale and have they answered the 3 Joker thing in normal? I don't know, man. I'm confused. It doesn't take much, but didn't understand it. McFarlane sold a few figures off the back of it. Yeah, doesn't he always, mate? Doesn't he always? I think there's a 1 in 1,000 for each one. Gee gods. So yeah, that is Batman the 3 Jokers. I'm pleased if you enjoyed it. I really did enjoy the artwork. Story-wise, not really for me. Nice to see you, Sean. Hope you're well, bud. Stand still. So I read issue 1 of this. This is from Image Comics. I really enjoyed issue 1. I think we read it on the Killer Comic Show. Go check those guys out on a Thursday night at 9 o'clock. See how easily that plug came out. So yeah, I read Stand Still issue 1. I loved it. And then I forgot about it, to be perfectly frank. I spoke to, I think it was Fuzzy and Terry on a show a little while ago, and they said that they were still reading it. It's still a good book, worth picking up. So I have picked up the issues I've missed. First couple of issues, absolutely loved. I thought it was just a really interesting, engaging story with great artwork, great premise. And then halfway through, I think it's issue 4, something weird happens. And literally halfway through the book, the artwork just turns to dog shit. So it literally goes from a stunning, beautiful looking book, and then all just out of nowhere, the art is some of the worst art I've seen. And then the next issue 5, for me, and I know art is subjective, but again, the art is just awful. So I don't know what's happened. I don't know if the original artist has dropped off for something or what, or if it's just deadline issues. I don't know. But for me, it really, really impacted my enjoyment of the story, I have to say. I was really bang into it. And then, I don't know, it turned us away big style. And I don't know if it's just because of the artwork, but I have to say I didn't enjoy issue 5 in terms of reading it as an experience as much as the previous issues either. It felt disjointed. And I know that might just be that I was miserable and picking up on the art style of things. I don't know. I'm interested to know other people's thoughts. This had such promise. I'm really hoping the original artist comes back because, yeah, I'm not digging the new art style. In fact, I didn't know who half the characters were because it's so different to some of the other stuff. Yeah, not good. Not good. Jack, Heretic. Heretic is an amazing film, Jack. I thoroughly enjoyed that. One of Hugh Grant's best movies, I have to say. If you're into your religious horror or just intelligent horror, it's well worth picking up. I really, really enjoyed that movie. Glad you enjoyed it, Jack. Deadman, I haven't read issue 5 yet, but I'm enjoying it so far. What did you think of the art change halfway through issue 4, Terry? Let one know, because it really jumped out at me, I have to say. Fuzzy, issue 1 was the best single issue I read this year. To change the artist halfway through kills me. I'll stick with it, but what if? Absolutely. Agree, Fuzzy. Agree. It just felt strange to shift it for me. And Fuzzy saying he had other commitments not coming back on either. Ugh. That's interesting. That is interesting. I'll give the next issue a bit of a go, but I have to say I'm not enthralled by that. I have to say, even the layout of this issue disappointed. The bit at the start confused me. Fuzzy, I didn't have a bloody clue, and I thought it looked awful. It looked like an Acme cartoon. All the missiles kind of pointing at Wile E. Coyote strapped to a thing. It was just weird. Didn't like it. Kenneth, nice to see you. Hope you had a great Christmas, Kenneth. Hope you are well. Nice to see you again, bud. I must be honest, with these old eyes, I didn't even notice. Oh, Terry. Go back and have a look, Terry. About halfway through the issue, and you will see the big shift. Find this a lot lately with indie comics. Massive delays. The artist changes. Pisses me off. Yeah, we're going to talk about a comic that's been ridiculously delayed in a little bit, Jack. But yeah, I think I enjoy comics best when you have a decent little run of writer and artist working together. I think that really helps me a lot. We've got Mr. X himself. Happy New Year in Vegas. Oh, mate, watching real football. How dare you? How dare you? Please do check out the Extreme channel if you like. Well, I was going to say if you like statues. He does a lot of statue stuff, but he also does just a lot of amazing, entertaining stuff. So yeah, please go check him out. Thank you very much for jumping on, mate. I hope you have a lovely time at Vegas. I will go back. The book's behind me. Yeah, have a look, Terry, because it's an interesting one, mate. It is an interesting one. Next, The Sacrificers by Rick Remender. I've been reading this from issue 1. I am absolutely loving this little series. If you've not been reading it, I recommend picking it up in trade paperback when it comes out. The basic premise is a planet or a universe where gods exist and the populace sacrifice children to the gods. And this sacrifice, this pigeon boy, basically kicks off and manages to get the powers of the gods and starts kicking off and fighting back. It's an amazing story, really worth reading. I would recommend you pick that one up because it's good fun. Now, I read these ones, but I have to say I read them briefly. Rockefellers by Image, issue 2. I wasn't enamored with issue 1. I thought I would give issue 2 a go. Yeah, I'll not be coming back. It's all right. It's just not my kind of comic. It has got stunning artwork, I'll give you that. But it's not doing it for me. Interested to know if you guys are enjoying this one or not. Time Slide, didn't have a bloody clue what was going on. And that's a bit the same with X-Men number 9. I know Prof X turned up at the end and yeah, there was lots of fighting between the X-Men. Not books I would necessarily recommend people check out unless you are already reading them and are big time fans. This I would recommend. This is Marvel Comics Hellhunters issue number 1, set during World War II. And this is a team up basically of the Howling Commandos led by Fury, Wolverine, and their new version or a version of the Ghost Rider. I thoroughly enjoyed this. This was much more graphic than I was expecting it to be. Really do recommend if you like your spooky horror and stuff like that, you check this out because it was entertaining and it certainly got me excited for the future issues. So I'll be definitely picking this one up. Well worth a read, guys. Well worth a read. Fuzzy, before Christmas, I picked up All-Star Superman and the DC Compact Comics for £7. You can't go wrong. Just ordered Hush today. Yeah, Fuzzy, those DC Compact Comics are superb. I picked up American Vampire, which I haven't read yet, but they're just a nice size, particularly if you're traveling or you're jumping on a train or something like that. Great value for what you get. All-Star Superman, superb book. Superb book. I've read the first trade for Sacrificers. The second is on order. Good man, Terry. Did you enjoy it, Terry? Oh, well, you must be if you've ordered the second. I think it's a cracking little story. Really do. Okay. Absolute Wonder Woman. This is probably, no, there's not probable about it. This is without doubt my favorite of the recently released Absolute lines of Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. This has just blown me away. It's such a simple premise for Diana, but it's just been done so well. We're on to issue 3 now. Every issue's got a different kind of beat to it. I'm really enjoying the kind of the mystic elements of it. I'm just loving this book. I'm just loving it. If you haven't read Absolute Wonder Woman, please do check it out. Let us know what you think. The artwork is spectacular. I'm not going to spoil a bit of a twist in this. That happens halfway through the issue, but brilliant. Just great stuff. A nice fresh take on Wonder Woman that I'm really liking. Really liking. Oh, well, here we go. Batman Gargoyle of Gotham. One of the guys in the chat, Fuzzy or Deadman, someone, let us know how long issue 2 to 3 was, because it feels like it was ridiculous. Fuzzy's just confirming, loving this. I've become a fan of Wonder Woman and Superman. Yeah. And you know what? That's the whole point, I guess, of these Absolute lines, isn't it? It's a bit like the Ultimates. It gets you it gets people who perhaps haven't wanted to read a Superman book to pick up a Superman book, and then hopefully they get intrigued enough by the premise to carry on with it. So yeah, I'm glad that you're starting to read those books, Fuzzy. 381 days between issue 2 and issue 3 of this, and that's just not acceptable. Absolutely not acceptable at all. The art in this continues to be good. It continues to be intriguing, but the delay has absolutely killed it for me, I have to say. I didn't have the time to go back and reread issue 1 and 2, which I've read, over a year ago nearly. And as a result, I didn't have a bloody clue what was going on in this book. It looked pretty, but there was stuff in here that I didn't understand what was happening. And that's either because I've forgotten from the first 2 issues, or it's just not a very cohesive story. I'm not quite sure yet. I think for me, this is going to probably be a one that I'll pick up in absolute format, or I'll pick up after the series is ended, just to see if it makes any sense. I love the artwork. I love the style of it. It's just, yeah. It'd be interesting to see how long it takes for the next issue to come out. It's obscene, really. You need to reread issue 1 and 2. I did today and absolutely loved this. If I hadn't done so, I'd have not enjoyed it as much. It's very good, though. I think you're right, Fuzzy. I think, like I say, I'm going to pick this up in trade paperback format. I'm not probably going to read issue 4 by itself. I'll wait till it comes out and pick it up and have a go at it. I said I would be celebrating my 70th for issue 4 of the Do the Same. Gee, gods, Terry. And Jack, Fuzzy's just confirming, yes, Jack. What's he confirming? Seriously that long? Oh, yeah. It's obscene, Jack. Absolutely obscene. So, yeah, if you're going to go back and reread issue 1 and 2, give it a go. But for me, I'm going to wait and read the trade paperback. Kind of get away from the fact the artwork is stunning, mind. I love the art style of it. I love this version of Batman. I'd love a hot toy of this version of Batman because I think his costume's just really, really jumping. It looks superb. Jack, probably be better in trade. Don't have them stupid oversized books that don't fit anyway. Yeah, that's true as well, mate. Okay, now I pulled DC Horror to bits a little while ago. I said issues 1 and 2 were pretty cack, and they were, but I love the interconnecting colours, so I picked this up for that. And I was pleasantly surprised. First story is bog basic. It's a Batman tale with plants taking over the world or something. It was all right. But tale 2 in this, wow. So I hadn't realised, but it's done by the guy who did Beneath the Trees What Nobody Sees, Patrick Hogarth, who wrote and drew this Adam Strange story. Now, I am not by any shape or form an Adam Strange fan. I think I've read very little Adam Strange books. This was brilliant. This really, really jumped out at us. It basically tells the tale of Adam Strange, who travels by Zeta beam or something to this other planet. And just as he's leaving the planet, the boss there says, "Oh, hang on a minute, you need to make sure you've cleaned your boots," which sounds stupid. But he says, you don't want to be taking any kind of parasites back to Earth from this world where you might not have got cures and things in your world. And you see his face and you realize that he's done this lots of times before and not really thought about that. So when he arrives back on Earth, there is an infestation of these worm things, and it's bloody horrific. So I put that image on there of the kid's head splitting in half, basically, and these worm creatures coming out. I loved the story. It was only 5 or 6 pages long, and it ends on a cliffhanger. First time in this whole DC horror anthology malarkey that I've actually thought, oh man, I want this story to continue. I would read a series of this because it was really good. And his artwork is spectacular. So even if you're not reading this full story, I'll recommend picking this one up just for that little tale because I thought it was really, really good. Fuzzy, issue 1 was poor. Never went back for the rest. Yeah, Fuzzy, I only got it for the connecting colour and just flicked through it. And when I realised it was by Patrick, I thought, oh, I'll give it a read because I love his work. There's a statue available of that Batman. Nice. I might have to have a look at that. Have you seen the new Absolute series coming out, like the Flash and Green Lantern? Hope they don't flood it and kill it off. Hopefully take a note from the Ultimates. Jack, I think that's my worry. I think they are going to flood it. I think every major book's going to have an Absolute tune on it because they've already announced, I think, Martian Manhunter as well. So there's some interesting ones coming out. I'm a big Flash fan, so I will give Flash a go. Who am I kidding? I'll probably pick up all of them in the first issues and have a bit of a read. I've mentioned this one on another show, Freddy the Fix by Image by Garth Ennis. Really enjoyed this book. Fuzzy, I know you picked this one up. Have you read it yet? Let me know if you've read that one yet. I really enjoyed this story. Again, a book that left us wanting more. I want a series of this. This is just a one-shot at the moment, but I'm really hoping you get more. Basic premises: this guy's a fixer who works in Hollywood, so the Hollywood studios ring them when their actors and things get into trouble. And it's never explained in the entire story, but basically monsters, werewolves, vampires, creatures from the Black Lagoon, the bogeyman, all that kind of stuff is just alive and work in Hollywood. So yeah. So he's fixing things. Like the first page is basically the werewolf's gone to bed with a prostitute and woke up and wolfed out and ripped him to shreds. So he's gone in to fix that. Yeah, really cool. Really cool. Interesting story. I would recommend reading that one. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Terry, I won't be getting any new books until Saturday at the earliest. So far, there's 30, Terry, not including Thursdays and my suppliers in Scotland. They do Hogmanay. All right. Okay. Well, you'll have to let me know. Well, I know you do a video, Terry, on what books you get, so let me know which ones you come in that 30 pack, because that'll be a lot. Fuzzy's hasn't arrived yet, Freddy the Fix. Let me know when you read it, Fuzzy, what you think. Good man. Let me know again, Terry, what you think of that one. And Jack saying sounds good. It is, mate. It's well worth a read. Void Rivals. I asked someone the other day, I think it was Von Hoot, if this was any good, and he said, yep, well worth a read. So I've gone back and I've read up to issue 15. Really good. Really good. You don't necessarily have to be into your Transformers lore. The only thing with this is I don't know how long they can keep pushing it. So this for me feels like it should be a limited series. It should end soon with the answers. I don't want it going on like the Lost TV series. So you need to kind of have a conclusion at some point. So yeah, but it is good. It is enjoyable. Hot Rod makes his appearance. So I'm happy with that because I'm a big Hot Rod fan. So yeah, good story. Okay, just before we get into showing off some of the stuff I've got over Christmas, I just wanted to briefly mention plans for the channel over 2025. As anybody that's been watching this channel for a long time knows, I'm pretty laid back with it. I don't really put much effort in, unlike some of my colleagues. So when I'm doing unboxings or when I'm doing videos, I literally sit in front of the camera and I say whatever shit comes into my head. And that's fine. And I'll still be doing that. I'll still be doing unboxings and things like that. And I'll still be doing live shows, which will be that kind of theme as well. But I decided that I wanted to try and do a little bit more what I would class as scripted work. So starting to delve deeper into some of the stuff that I enjoy and not just kind of making it up on the spot. So with that in mind, I've come up with a few different video types. I've scheduled them now, so I've actually recorded over the last month about 20 different videos, and we've got them scheduled in one a week. I might change that to 2 a week over the next 4 months. And they are pop culture playback, heroic highlights, and comic book clunkers. So on pop culture playback, what I'm going to do, each video is probably about 5 to 8 minutes long. You'll get me prattling on, but then you'll get videos and images of the actual thing I'm talking about. So I'll be looking at shows that mean something to me, shows that I enjoyed or I remember watching or have watched at some point. We'll talk a little bit about the history, where they came from, what the key kind of episodes or moments were, and then a little bit about the impact they had on pop culture, what toys you can get for them, what books, comics, all that kind of stuff, and what might happen in the future with them. I've already recorded, like I say, a whole host. This Sunday, we'll be getting my Masters of the Universe one. So that obviously starts first because I'm a big He-Man fan. I've then got Street Hawk, Batman Beyond, Thundercats, Brave Star, V, Manimal. Loved doing the Manimal one. That was a real blast from the past. Superhero Squad, just because it's something that makes us giggle. And Quantum Leap. I've also recorded a whole host of other ones like Alf and things like that. So they'll all be coming out. So if you like reminiscing about old TV shows, please do make sure you check them out. The Super Grand one is quite entertaining. I enjoyed doing the Super Grand one as well. So lots and lots of pop culture based stuff coming your way. But we're also going to be sticking with the comic book theme because that's what this channel is all about, comic books and toys. And we're going to be looking at heroic highlights where I'll pick a character or I'll pick a comic book series and I'll pick 5 of my favorite tales from that comic book series. We'll talk about each issue and why I enjoyed it. The opposite to that is Comic Book Clunkers, where I'm going to be looking at what I think are some of the worst stories that I've ever read from certain characters and all the rest of it. So again, lots and lots and lots of different kind of flavors of stuff. One thing I can promise you, ladies and gentlemen, is something I've always said, and something I've said particularly over the last 3 to 6 months. On this channel, you will get no drama-based content. I'm not getting into any of that bollocks because it just sucks the living life out of us. So there will be no discussing fallouts and all that kind of shit within the comic book community. We'll be sticking to nerdy stuff, geeky stuff, comics, toys, and all that kind of stuff. Now, like I say, got lots on the pop culture playback side of things, lots on the comic book side of things, but I do need your help. I've been racking my brains. I've got about a list of about 30 TV shows that I want to do, but I want more. I want you guys to talk to us about stuff. I want you guys to message us and email us in, or Instagram messages, shows that you would be interested in us talking about. So if you've seen a TV show or something like that that you think's worth talking about, worth exploring, doesn't matter if I haven't seen it, I'm still interested to learn about them. So please do drop us lines, drop us a line with what your ideas would be for pop culture playback and heroic highlights. Okie dokie. So, we've got Canadian Survivalist. Nice to see you, Canadian Survivalist. I hope you are well. Fuzzy loves a thumbnail collage. I certainly do, mate. Can't beat the thumbnail collage. I like seeing collage as well. Well said, Peter. Yep, drama-free, mate. Drama-free. I must have been having a glass of wine or two when reading that stand still for. Looking through it now, I see what you mean. You're probably drunk, Terry. You're probably drunk. You should have put the logo on a fee more time. On a fee more times. You should have put your logo on a fee more time. Yeah. Red Shoe Diaries. You'll love it. Is that sexy Billy Piper? I think that is. I think I may have watched sections of that show in the past. Yeah. Okay. Christmas time. We've just had Christmas, guys. I want to show off some of my presents. I want you to let me know in the comments what presents you got over Christmas. Now, I don't want this to be a kind of a look at all the stuff I got, but I guess what I would say is I am very, very lucky to have a big family. And I'm also very lucky that my wife discovered Amazon wishlist. So over the year, I just stick books in there that I want to read, and she sorts that out with the family. So these presents are from my wife, my 2 kids, my sister-in-law, my mother, all that kind of stuff. So let's just have a look. I'm interested to know what you guys have got and what you think of these, but we'll start off with this. This is World's Finest. Now, my good pal Efren, Passpoint Comics, is reading this Batman Superman World's Finest series. I've not been reading it. I think I might have read 1 issue or 2. But anybody that knows me, knows this channel, will know why I wanted this trade paperback. That's because it is the return to Kingdom Come. I'm a massive Kingdom Come fan. So I had to get this. I had to get this to see what it's all about. Now, if I like this, because I think this is volume 4 or something. I think it's volume 4. If I like this, I will go back and probably pick up all the other volumes to see what it's like. I had a quick flick through. The art style is amazing. Obviously, you're not going to top Alex Ross art, but that's a pretty good looking Batman and all the rest of it. So yeah, I am looking forward to reading this. Let me know if you've read it. Let me know what you think of it. Kingdom Come, you just get sick of us banging on about it. I love a bit of Kingdom Come, so I'm looking forward to reading that. Edvik, Sexy Mulder. Okay. You mean a pop culture playback on X-Files, Ed? Ooh, yeah, I don't think I've got that on my list. Yeah, we could definitely do an X-Files one. That's on the list, Ed, on the list. My presence is your present. It's all I want, Fuzzy. It's all I want. It's all I put on my list to Santa, I tell you. World's Finest won't get better than that. Ooh, Jack, that's high praise from you, mate. Okay, I am looking forward to reading that now. I am looking forward to reading that in his top 5 ongoings. Very cool. Excellent. Oh, that's encouraged us, Jack. So I will make sure I read that and let you know. We've got Mr. Keegan. Ho, ho, ho. Nice to see you, James. Hope you are well, bud. Terry, I had the 2 t-shirts to wear on my channel when I do those character books. Also a Superman logo, of course, are nice. Plus money to pay off the Batman 227 I've been chasing. Yeah, it's a pricey book. So we got that. Also got this. This is A Guest in the House by Emily Carroll. I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue why I've put this on my Amazon list. I suspect it's because I read Emily Carroll's Through the Woods, which was an anthology of horror stories. I don't know. I don't even know what it's about. The artwork looks nice. The style looks nice. If Chris from Off My Shelves is in the chat, he may have read this one. He may have recommended it. Basically, the Amazon wish list, basically anytime anybody talks to us or mentions a book that is meant to be good, I stick it on the wish list and then I forget about it. So yeah, so I will give this one a go, see what that's all about. But it looks interesting. Now, you knew I wanted these. And Terry, this has prompted us. I haven't sent you your books yet, but I will do that. Drop us a message on Monday, Terry, if you don't mind, just to remind us, because we've been busy with my father-in-law and stuff, and I've just forgot. But I got volume 2 of Ice Cream Man, Sunday edition. This is a beautiful, beautiful book. And we also got volume 1 of Ice Cream Man. So yeah, both volumes of that. Over the moon to have them in the collection. That means I can give away, I already have started giving away all of my Ice Cream Man floppies. So yeah, Terry, drop us a line and make sure you send them off to you. Another one that people told us is a great read, but I don't really know what it's about. Is by Barry Windsor Smith, and that's Monsters. I think it's set during World War II. The year is 1964. Joins the US Army. Yeah. So yeah, Monsters. Don't know what it's about. When I opened it, got a bit of a surprise to see it's in black and white. The artwork looks really, really nice, as you would expect. Anybody read this? Anybody know anybody know what it's about? Someone must have recommended this to us for us to put it on the wish list. I've got a problem, haven't I? I should really write down why I bought these books. But yeah, that's Monsters by Barry Windsor Smith. Looks really cool. I'm loving that cover artwork. If you've read it, I think Ed's read it. If you've read it, is this it? Is this the one volume? Is it a complete story? Because I don't know. I hope it is. But yeah, I will read that one. Give that one a go. Let's see what they're saying in the chat. Dead Man. I've been enjoying World's Finest from the very beginning. It's by Mark Waid, isn't it? I love Mark Waid's work. So yeah, he's always doing good stuff. Ed, Monsters is good. Hard going a bit. Bat Dan likes it. It might have been Bat Dan that mentioned it at Thought Bubble there, Ed. So yeah, I'll give that one a go. Jack, I've heard it's good. Good stuff. Yeah, that's it. Took him 35 years or something to write. Craigie. Okay. Give that one a go. Another one I've heard a lot of good stuff about is this. I'm a big fan of these image compendiums because you get a hell of a lot of bang for your buck. You get a lot of issues in these compendiums. I've got all the Invincible ones. I've got all the Invincible ones. I'm probably going to give them away because I've just bought the hardcovers. But anyway, this is Low by Rick Remender. Again, don't really know what it's about, but I've heard good things. This contains issues 1 to 26 of Low. The artwork inside is phenomenal. It looks really, really interesting. It says a millennia ago, mankind fled Earth's surface into the bottomless depths of the darkest oceans. Shielded from merciless sun-scorching radiation, the human race tried to stave off certain extinction by sending robotic probes to far-off galaxies to search for a new home. Sounds interesting. So yeah, looking forward to reading that. So that will be cool, I hope. Terry is saying, writing down the reasons he bought books. That's a short stuff. Yeah. My brain, honestly. Give them away to me. I'll take care of them. Yeah. Now, okay. You know I like to read a lot. And what I tend to do is I read a lot of those floppies and things like that, and then I will give them away on the channel. I've got a pile here to give away. The books that I do enjoy reading the most, and I collect the most, are absolute editions. And that's because I love the style of artwork. I love the fact that they're big for these old eyes and all the rest of it. And I've picked up over Christmas. I was very, very lucky because these are pricey. So some of these are off my wife. Some of these are off my mother. Oh, you bugger. Take it. This is Absolute Superman by Jeff Jones. This is an amazing run of books. If you haven't read them, thoroughly recommend getting these stories, either in Absolute Edition or in Standard Edition. The artwork by, I think it's Gary Frank, isn't it? Yeah, Gary Frank is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And this is the guy who, if you know your Superman, or you've read any of his books, he writes or he draws, sorry, Superman as if it's, well, I think Christopher Reeve. He looks the spit and dab of Christopher Reeve, Superman. So yeah, I just think his art style is absolutely phenomenal. Jeff Jones writing this. Jeff Jones's writing is always amazing. This covers the kind of the Brainiac saga, Legion of Superheroes, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I've been wanting this one for a while, but it is a pricey book. But yeah, the large artwork on it, just I love it, absolutely love it. So over the moon to get that one. Oh, that will go with all my other absolute editions. I've read this and I think it was dog shit, but we've got it again. This is Absolute Doomsday Clock. So this is the book I was talking about a little while ago. Again, lovely cover. Superman image on the front there. And again, is this written by Jeff Jones? I think this might be a Jeff. I had a bit of a Jeff Jones Christmas. Yeah, it is written by Jeff Jones. Really interesting style, this book, because it's all in, of the majority of it is in kind of these panels. These small panels. So yeah, really nice. I read this, I think, when it first came out. And I think it was a bit of a letdown, but I will give it another go and see what it's all about. But yeah, looking forward to that. Jack, how many issues is it? I cannot remember. It's the full run, I think. The final one I got is a smaller Absolute edition, but I love this cover. So this is Absolute Batman Death of the Family. You get bats on that side, and you get Joker on the other side. And what I like about this is it's still a slipcase, but this is an Absolute edition with an acetate cover. So you take the cover off, and you've got Joker's skinned head there, and you've got Bruce Wayne's face. Again, not necessarily the greatest story, but still a really interesting book. I enjoyed this one. I thought them peeling the Joker's face off was pretty horrific, but it really made for an interesting tale. So yeah, that's Death in the Family. Death of the Family. So yeah, looking forward to reading that one again, because again, I've read that one originally, but I'm looking forward to getting stuck into it. So that is the pickups I got for Christmas. Let us know what books you got in the chat. The art is great, the story not so much. That's Doomsday Clock. Yeah, that's my recollection of it. And Jack is saying good run on the Batman books. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. Okay, guys, bit of a giveaway. Hashtag Crimbo. Stick hashtag Crimbo in the comments, and we'll give you some comics out of me giveaway box in a minute at the end of the show. So hashtag Crimbo for some free books. Okay, let's move on to what I've been watching over Christmas. And again, let us know in the comments if you guys have watched any of these shows or if these have graced your screens. First off, we've got Star Wars Skeleton Crew. I'm a miserable old bastard. I have to say, I watched the first episode of this and I was like, it's too kiddified. It's like Goonies. It's like childish and blah, blah, blah. I'm not keen on the characters and all that kind of stuff. I freaking love it. This for me is peak Star Wars. This is what we should be doing. This is what we should be watching. I think this is, it's silly. It's fun. It's entertaining. I'm really into it. Far more than I thought I should be, really. Far more than I thought I should be. Last episode gave her a bit of intrigue. You kind of get a bit of a, not really a twist, but you get a bit of a flip at the end with one of the key characters. Yeah, I'm enjoying this far more than I thought. It is just, as Jack says, it is just good fun, which I think is what's so important. It's just an enjoyable show. Ed, I'm loving this. Yeah, it's really good. Far better than I expected. We've got James Mack. Nice to see you, James. Hope you're well. Hope you have a nice Christmas. So yeah, really enjoying this. Much better than I expected. Far better than I think the last couple of Star Wars outings that I've watched. This for me is it's proper Star Wars. Shiny. Skeleton Crew. I'm so annoyed. They're not even skeletons. It's just a bunch of kids. Absolutely shiny. We should get them with the trade description, shouldn't we? We should have a chat with him about that. But yeah, good fun. Good. And Jude Law is just phenomenal. I'm loving a bit of Jude Law. Wow. Yeah. I'm interested in your thoughts on this one, chaps. I'm interested in this. What If, this season of What If. I've watched them. I don't think I've watched today's. I've watched them up to the Shang-Chi episode. Yeah. First two episodes I thought were utter cack. I thought the mech episode was at the start was just nah. I thought the second episode with Agatha was just painful to watch. Did nothing for us at all. I enjoyed the Red Guardian episode. I thought that was fun. Howard the Duck episode was friggin' mental. Am I reading that right? Am I reading that right? Did she have sex with the duck and then they had an egg? That's right, isn't it? Is that not bestiality? Is that, I don't know. But yeah, I watched that. And then I watched the latest episode with Shang-Chi, which was pretty good. I think my grumble with this series is the what if element is stuff I just don't care about. I mean, what if Agatha went to Hollywood? I couldn't give a rat's ass. That's not the kind of what if I wanted to see. Do you know what I mean? It's, yeah, I don't know. The last couple of episodes, to be fair, have been better. I'm hoping it maintains that pace for the rest of the season. But let us know, you guys in the chat, let me know if you have seen this and what you are thinking of it so far. Ed, you'll hate me saying it, but it makes me want to get the Lego set with them in, the Star Wars Lego set. You're a sick man, Egg. You're a sick egg. You're a sick man. Lego is never the answer, Ed. You know that. Lego is never the answer. I watched Wallace and Gromit. Not seen it yet, Terry, but I am going to try and catch that one up. James, I've only seen the first episode so far. You can skip the second episode, James, unless you want to see dance numbers. I mean, not for me. Luke, not watched What If Season 3 yet, as 2 was terrible. Yeah, 2 had its moments, but yeah, I don't think you'll like this then, Luke. There's a What If Minnie Mouse was Captain Marvel. Yeah, that is true. Nobody's ever thought that. I think nobody ever, yeah, shocking. So yeah, let us know what you think of What If. Like I said, didn't rock my world. I'm hoping it continues to improve. We know we've got Storm coming up. Yeah, hopefully that'll inject a little bit of excitement. We've got a subplot in the last couple of episodes about the Watcher interfering with events. Oh, sorry, I forgot. There was a decent episode with Riri Williams and fighting Vision. That was okay. Terry, didn't know What If had started by the sounds of it. It's one episode a day on Disney Plus, bud. Doctor Who Christmas special. You know I am a reluctant Doctor Who fan. Doctor Who fans, I think, have had a kicking over the years because the series has gone through some very highs, but some devastating lows as well. It's had some rough episodes. This Christmas episode is without doubt soppy. There are kind of proper nauseating moments at the end and stuff like that, I think. But overall, it was a good jaunt. I love him as the Doctor. He's engaging. He's entertaining. I love the emotional range he's got. I think he's a very, very talented actor. So I'm enjoying that element. The premise of this episode, the hotel for time traveling, was quite interesting. Overall, this could have been a lot worse than it actually was. I think this was a fun episode. It did have some, like I say, some kind of moments. Interesting thing for me, though, if you're a Doctor Who fan and you watched the last series, what you call it? Is it not Ruby? Is it Ruby? Ruby, I think. The companion you had last season isn't in it this season. Or that's what they said. But she's in the trailer. So she appears in the trailer. And she appeared in this episode for a bit. So I don't understand why she quit, because she was really good. The dynamic between the pair of them was excellent. So that was better than I expected. Probably one of the better Christmas specials that Doctor Who's done. Next, I cried my friggin' heart out watching this. So this is Superman, the Christopher Reeve story. It's on Sky at the moment, if you've got the movie channels and things like that. This is about a 2-hour documentary all about Christopher Reeve and his life. and obviously the tragic accident that befell him, and then his death, and then the things that have happened afterwards in regards to the Christopher Reeve Foundation. I loved every second of this, and I'm a modern guy, so I'm not ashamed to say I did cry throughout lots of moments of this, just hearing people talk about him and the things he'd done and stuff like that. And it's a brilliant documentary. It really is an excellent piece of film work, and it's got some great behind the scenes footage of Christopher and his family and things like that. And at no point, I don't think, does this paint him in this kind of messiah kind of area or anything like that. It just shows him as a real human being who went through a tragedy. So it's well worth watching. If you've got Sky, I recommend picking it up or try and get it on one of the streaming platforms, because it is a good couple of hours of your life to sit and check out. And like I say, thoroughly enjoyed it. Well worth a watch. I've been having a bit of a go on this. Now, I'm not normally a gamer, but my geek nerd friends, James Keegan and comic lad Simon, we've been banging on about this for a while. This is Marvel Rivals. Yes, it's on Sky, James. It's, if you've got the movie channels, it's on, I think it's Premiere or something like that. But yeah, it's well worth checking it out. And Terry saying it's on normal Sky channels on the 27th of January, I believe. If not, I'll sub for a month. Yeah, it's well worth checking out, guys. Let us know once you've watched it. Drop us a message and let us know what you think. So yeah, this is Marvel Rivals. This is the kind of the beat 'em up kind of not scrolling adventure, sorry, Overwatch kind of game. Everybody's been telling us it's amazing. Everybody's been saying it's really good fun, blah, blah, blah. I friggin' hate it. Couldn't stand it. I initially got angry and irritated when I was picking characters because they're all, I don't know what the obsession is with whenever we use Marvel or DC characters. You can't just use the costumes. You've got to fuck about with them and change them and put armor on them and stuff like that. Why not just have Magneto in his Magneto costume? Do you know what I mean? It does me head in. So I was irritated by the fact that they didn't look like the characters I wanted them to look like. I've then had to go on every single character. I've had to play, and it's just not for my old brain, I have to say. I'm sure if I played in it longer, I would get into it, but it's all right. It didn't really float my boat. James and comic lad Simon are telling us that it's brilliant, and they're playing on it most nights, I think. Not one I'll be getting into, I don't think. James, it takes a while to get used to it, but it's chaotic. Yeah, I didn't have a clue what was happening when I was fighting. I was just pressing the buttons. It didn't really have any strategy to anything that I could see. So yeah, not for me, I'm afraid of that one. Shiny, not much of a gamer, but just start playing Arkham Asylum. Ooh, yeah. First time, if you haven't checked it out, it's engaging. It is absolutely amazing. All of those games are spot on, so well worth checking out. Really good series of games. Then, James, I was best with Hawkeye. I hate Hawkeye. Yeah, I played Hawkeye a lot actually. He's one of the ones because the ranged weapon, I think I could try and understand. I wanted to play as Thor, being my favorite character, but he was shit. I just couldn't figure out what the hell he was meant to be doing. So yeah, abandoned that. So yeah, that's Marvel Rivals, guys. So please do check that out. Don't forget, hashtag Crimbo in the chat, and we'll draw a prize in a moment. Fuzzy, I'm great at charades. Yeah, me too. Vic, heard they have the first appearance numbers in their intros, which is cool to get the kids to realize they're from books. I hadn't spotted that, but that's very cool, Ed. I like that. So hashtag Crimbo if you want to be in with a chance of win some comics. So thank you very much for that. Okay, guys, just to summarize, lots of new stuff coming on the channel. We've got 3 different shows going to be coming. We've got Pop Culture Playback, looking at looking at shows from the past. Please do drop us a line with some ideas for shows you want us to cover. I'd really like you to give us some thoughts on that. And then we've got Hero Highlights and Comic Book Clunkers, focusing on best and worst comic book characters and stories. All of that coming in the next few months. 1 video a month until May at least, because they're already scheduled and done. So check those out. Presents, just quickly rattle through again. We've got Absolute Batman, The Death of the Family, Doomsday Clock, Absolute, which was rather sexy. We've got Absolute Superman by Jeff Jones, which I really like. That's an amazing story. We've got Low Fuzzy saying we did this bit. I know, Fuzzy, but people might have just jumped on. We've got Monsters, Ice Cream Man Volume 1. Can you lift them? Oh, knock the TV. 1 and 2. And we've got A Guest in the House and Kingdom Come. World's Finest Kingdom Come. I'm not having a moment, Fuzzy. I'm letting latecomers have a few minutes to add to the giveaway. Let's see if I can work out how to do this, because I always seem to manage to forget. Let's have a look. Hashtag Crimbo. Marvelous. Marvelous. Okay. Hashtag Crimbo in the chat. I'll give you another couple of seconds and then we will run that and we'll pick some comics to give away. Whilst I'm doing that, let us know in the chat what you got over Christmas. Did you get anything nice? Did you get any decent books? Did you watch anything decent and all that jazz? Fuzzy, should I go through the books again? Do you want us to go through the books again? Okay, let's run this. Good luck, everybody. Terry, don't forget, I've got some books to send your way, so reminders on Monday, please. And let us do the draw. Good luck, everybody. And our winner tonight is Aussie AC. Nice, nice, nice. Right, Aussie AC. You know the routine. Drop us your address in the chat. On Instagram. We'll pick you some comics. I'm just going to pick you 5 at random. And we'll send these your way. So I'm just picking 5 from my box. What omnibuses did you get, James? 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me know what omnibuses you got, James. Okay, that one's a free comic book taste. We'll give you another. Okie dokie. Right, so you have got Aussie Duke number 1. I think that might have been a limited cover. I can't remember. Not sure. Duke number 1. Thundercats, action figure variant. That's issue number 2. Shame the comics shit. Green Arrow foil cover. I think that was a San Diego one. Ooh, that is a San Diego one. Just got this. This is a Wonder Woman foil cover. 2 shiny shinies. Oh, I like that cover. That's a sexy cover. That's a variant issue number 1 of Amazing Spider-Man with some stunning artwork on the front there. Really like that one. Really, really like that one. It's nice. It's nice, nice, nice. And a couple of free comic book day books. I think that's the first appearance of someone. So, yeah. Okay. Drop us a message on Insta and we'll make sure those books come to you shortly. Okie dokie. That's your whack, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for jumping on. I do appreciate that. Just to let everybody know that I will be over on the Geek Week year in review show on Sunday night, starting I think 9 o'clock, over with Jacob and with Super Sorrel. So please do come and check that out. That's Geek Week. We're going to be doing the Geek Year in Review, so talk on all things 2024, the highs and the lows. So please do support and check that out. And on Sunday, we've got the first episode of Pop Culture Playback, which is going to be focusing on Masters of the Universe. Really interested to see what you think about this. So like I say, guys, I will be doing it scripted. So it's me kind of, I've put a bit more thought. Not that I don't put any thought and effort in. It's got more thought and effort into this video. So I'll be interested to see what you think, whether it was wasted of time or not. So please do let me know. Okie dokie. That's your whack. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I appreciate you being here for about an hour. Really, really enjoy spending time with you guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this kind of one-on-one content rather than my usual assembler, please do let us know, and we'll try and do more kind of impromptu lives of just me whittering on about what comics and stuff I've been reading. But with that, we'll call it a night. Thanks very much, everybody, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.